Hey everybody, are you ready for your big red pill? Hello everybody, thanks for tuning into the foray. Gotta get into some things today here, some Qanon drops, and how that relates to what we can do. We're going to talk about the notable resignations list and the fall of the mainstream media. But most importantly, we're going to go over how POTUS and Q need some feedback from us. Okay? So, we're in the Second American Revolution right now. And this is going on. It started with Trump being elected, basically. That was not supposed to happen. The powers that be apparently didn't have as much power as they thought they had. So, now that Trump's in, the revolution is on. You don't think so? Look at Guantanamo. Trump didn't close it. He's expanded operations. In fact, if you recall, right around the beginning of the year, Battalion of Arizona Army National Guards, military police, were sent on a 9-month tour of duty. So, what's going on down there at Gitmo? You can take some guesses. So, the revolution's here. And we're going to do this. Patriots, one and all. Let's get into some QAnon. Alright, we're going to start right here. Guys, Q says everything has meaning. This is not a game. Learn to play the game. Okay, then moving up, he's saying that regarding North Korea, thank you Kim, deal made, clowns out, strings cut, they have control, Iran next. And right here, an anonymous person says, talking about Iran being next, that's a tougher nut to crack, Q team. Q says that this is going to be resolved by 11/11. And this one's kind of funny, anonymous poster talking about Chris Matthews and how they're saying that the Olympics is what made it all possible. And we're going to break the MSM here, folks. Mainstream media is dying and they're going down. Thanks to all of us patriots being led by QAnon and of course POTUS. Now this gets interesting going into Obama being getting ready to flee, and he's going to claim Kenyan citizenship. I'm not going to go into that too much. You guys can look into this on your own a little bit. A bunch of stuff about Snowden. Again, you need to do some homework there on your own. Don't have time to go over everything here, but I wanted to point out a few things here pretty soon. As far as playing the game, boy, as you can see, Q has been posting like crazy. Maybe that's part of this whole March Madness right here. It's going to be a busy month, I believe. Apparently, POTUS and Q have decided to start letting some things out. And one of the things that's been big in the news here this last week was Khan stepping out from the White House as the economic advisor, and Q gets into that. Something else you need to keep in mind right here, this post, many current and former enslaved children that were made famous, Hollywood is filled with them. So find the loudest voices, they're the ones that are brainwashed. Okay? So be prepared to hear a lot of these people call us all conspiracy theorists. Well, guess what? If it's actually true, it's not a theory. So it's actually a conspiracy. And guys, like I said in previous videos, this is not about party affiliation. It's not even about religion. Really, it's about good versus evil. Okay? Q says evil is everywhere. There are no drawn lines, no boundaries. So be prepared for some really shocking information. Q dropped some stuff here about Angela Dorothy Kasner, who is, I didn't understand her by that name, but think Angela Merkel, leader of Germany. Check out this post. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a link at the bottom to this site as well. Now here's what I really wanted to show you. I think that a lot of people have missed this. So Q posts this YouTube video right here. And interesting video. But further on, I think many of us haven't been learning to play the game here. We're going to skip some of this because I think what Q was trying to, here's the part about Gary Kahn again. Kahn, whatever. He was a con. But it's important to note that as far as him leaving, Q says that he was a pawn, he's been used. So, you know, everybody's comparing this to a big game of chess, and that was a pawn being used. So he's out. But if you think about it, he was an economic advisor. I don't really think Trump really needs somebody to advise him on economics. He's one of the few people who's actually a self-made billionaire. So I don't think he needs to be advised. We're going to come back to a couple of these posts. But remember that YouTube video that he linked to that I was showing you. And right here, Q says, "You witnessed a strength test tonight. Speech promoted here, POTUS to gauge response. The net slowed protections in place." Well, one of the things I think about this strength test is they wanted to see how many people were going to reach this YouTube video. And it apparently got a whole lot of views all of a sudden because of this board, but I think maybe not enough. Let's go back up to there. Because here this anonymous is talking about some stuff that Q posted we're going to go to in a second, and Q is saying we went too deep, attempted to pull back, we're not ready. I think they're not getting enough people to respond to some of these things quite yet the way that they want them to. So let's jump back down here and go over. This is where the Nazi order, Q posted NWO, N does not refer to new. So this is, you know, everybody says New World Order. Well, apparently time to get ready for some paradigm shifts as far as the NWO goes. I thought this was really interesting. Let's see if we can zoom in on this a little bit, because this one's pretty cool to look at. 1933 paramilitary wing of the Communist Party of Germany. They have this logo, and then the now Antifa paramilitary wing of the Democrat Party. Coincidence, Q says. possibly not. So, as I was saying, that video that Q linked to, a whole lot of people went and watched, but not as many as I was expecting. So, might be a little after the fact, but let's do Q a favor and let's check that thing out and let everybody know that Q sent us there. So, please check out that video, listen to the video, put a comment in there, let everybody know that you came to that video through Q. That way, that's part of their strength test. They'll know how many people are actually following on this Qanon. So I think that's part of the way we play the game, right? Q wanted us to learn to play the game. So that's how there was a strength test. Let's let them know how strong we are. Alright, so got some homework for you. Here it is. We all need to let POTUS and Q know that we're here. Okay? They need to know that the critical mass has been reached in the public to push their administration's agenda forward. We have to let them know that we're paying attention. Alright? So here's how we do this. We're going to watch the recommended video that Q pointed us to in his post. Okay? Watch the video, pay attention to the video. Alright, when you get done watching that video, you're going to go down to the comment section and you're going to comment and you're going to let everybody know Q sent you. If you've been a long time follower of Q, put something clever in there if you like. Many of us will get it. So if you found the information in the video informative, as I did, give it a thumbs up. It's a good video. So that's the homework. Matter of fact, why don't you go ahead and pause this video right now, go down to the link and do the homework, then come back. Alright, so I'd like to give a special thanks to the lovely Rachel for doing some special artwork for me for this installment of the foray. A lot of behind the scenes support that she provides. She does a lot of the artwork and the graphic design stuff, so really appreciate having her help. I couldn't do everything without her, and just being supportive. The whole YouTube channel and everything that comes with it. We had an interesting day the other day, so boy, was digging into some things and found out something that shook me to my core. So not going to get into that one just yet. Future video coming up. But it's a sick world. Anyway, I forgot a few things in that first Q clip, so I'd like to give you guys a couple other insights into some Q stuff. So here you go. Alright guys, I forgot to cover this other Q post, and it's number 922 here on this site that I'm gonna have the link down there. It's keep the resignation list updated, important. Keep the graphics updated, important. Q. So the graphics are a lot of this you can find here. I'm gonna give you guys the link to this. This is the Q map so to speak. A lot of the graphic stuff is referred to as the Q map. So you're going to have the link to this where you can look up all kinds of different things, research that people have done, and it's all been put together this site in one spot, really convenient for us. So you guys can check that out. But when Q's talking about these resignations, again, I've covered this and posted this link in previous videos, but I've noticed a lot of people covering QAnon have not covered this particular site with this list. And let's just go down here to the bottom real quick so you can get an idea. The last time I covered this in a video, I think it was at 800. Now we're at 1414 notable resignations. So, you know, you need to go through this list, take a look at it. We're not talking about, you know, mom and pop shops, people resigning from, or small corporations. These are big companies, big governments, police people. It is astounding the number of people resigning and being fired, and not to mention some people have just turned up missing. And also there's several people, I see these yellow ones. I just passed a yellow one here. I believe those are, oh no, not missing. I thought that was a missing person, but apparently I was wrong. I'm not sure what the yellow is for, but there's also some red ones. Let's take a look here at this batch of red ones. These, I believe, are the people that died in that helicopter crash around California. It has to do with that hotel that was around the, I don't know, I guess that pile of shit has something to do with it. So, but these red ones are people who are dead. There's several clusters of those in here. So I'll give you this link as well, again, in this video. So check the description box, guys. Do your research. And please don't forget to go to the link for the video that Q posted and watch that video and comment on the bottom of that video that Q sent you. Yeah, things are going to get pretty deep, and like I said before, we got to get that critical mass of people that are awake so that the administration knows when to roll out some of this stuff in a much more public venue. So we need to get these links that I've got down here for the Q stuff. We need to get those bookmarked, and we need to share those. We need to get those out there. We need to let people know what's going on so that we can be informed, because the mainstream media is not going to inform you. Alright? They work for these globalist elite, and they're basically trying to enslave us. It's the most polite way I can put it. So, you know, the Nazis themselves were a part of this. This goes back at least 1,000 years. Alright, and America was the first place to tell these people to shove it you know where, and they managed to come back and infiltrate us and seize a lot of power here, and now we're fighting back one more time. So, you know, look into Operation Paperclip. There's a lot of information out there about Operation Paperclip, and you can see where some of that goes. It's going to lead some of you down some rabbit holes you probably aren't prepared to go down, but you need to inform yourself. So, also some of Q's other posts, you know, you need to take that Q post link. It's down there in the description box, and like I said, bookmark that. You need to go through all those posts that Q's posted and do some homework, do some research, find out what's really going on. And also, I wanted to talk about the parade, November 11th, coming up. We need to really start now getting the notion out there to people that this is going to be an exciting thing, that you can't wait for it. Pride in our country, pride in our military, and that there's good men and women who are serving and fighting for our freedom. So we need to start early, getting people psyched up for that, because as Q said, it's going to be a day to remember. I think you might be right about that. So, also on a side note, as I was talking about Guantanamo earlier and the Arizona National Guard who've been deployed, we also had this executive order on December 21st of 2017. And if you're not familiar with that executive order, I believe I linked to it in one of my videos previously, and I'll try to throw that link down here as well. And it's an executive order regarding corruption, human rights violations such as human trafficking and things like that. And it basically authorizes the freezing of assets and the seizure of assets of those who are involved in these things. And this has been going on now since this executive order. And there's some sources that are talking about the amounts of values of these assets, and they're saying trillions. That's right, trillions with a T. Trillions. So apparently we've already frozen and seized a whole lot of these evil people's ill-gotten gain. So keep up the good work, patriots. Remember, share this video, spread this around, get everybody to do their homework. Okay, do the assignment. Let's let the president, let the Q team know that we're here and we're paying attention.